Hey everyone, Biscuit again. Have you ever wondered why talking to people seems difficult now? Maybe it's me, but I've noticed in the modern age of 2026 that there is a lot of disconnect when it comes to actually talking to people that you know and love. I'm someone who cares very deeply for my friends and the people who I associate with. So it was kind of a slap in the face when, out of nowhere, life worked out in a way where the majority of people who I interact with every day usually has to happen with a phone in one hand, with a thumb moving to scroll through videos or on a mobile app or whatever it may be, just to hold a conversation. It's quick stimulation that's granted by the apps like Snapchat or TikTok or Instagram, whatever it may be. Every one of them is exactly the same with their short form content. YouTube, Twitter X now. It's crazy. It really is. Every place has short form content with an algorithm designed to keep you scrolling and hooked. And at this point, it's getting to a point where I feel like it's deeply affected me and my relationships with the people I associate with. It gets to a point where you're left confused when you're talking with someone in a group chat, only for it to be broken up by someone else sending Instagram reels over and over again in that same chat. It's difficult. It's hard to continue talking in any way, shape, or form with people because it's seen as just such a benign thing now to most people. Whether they say it or not, it definitely seems like the concept of talking and socializing has fallen to the wayside in favor of staring at a computer screen or a TV screen or, more importantly, your phone screen. See a lot of complaints online about how third spaces are getting shafted by society. We don't have like cafes or public parks to go to anymore. And the people who I see complaining about that are typically the ones who are scrolling on their phones the most. And that's not true for everyone, obviously. That's not it's not a dumb thing I'm trying to say. It's mostly the fact that I see the people who complain about the world mostly do so through the eyes of their social media. Talking to people is hard in a way that it never used to be. I'm a very anxious individual. I have a lot of anxiety, and I always have, especially when it comes to social situations. But I've always found my niche of friends in the people who I've just been around. And it never used to be this bad when interacting with them, you know? I used to be able to have beautiful, like, intelligent, deep conversations with my friends and family. And now it feels like that can't happen unless a phone is in someone else's hand. And usually, when the phone is in their hand, that's where all their attention is. It's on the instant gratification given of scrolling to the next video. It's it's these algorithms and social media apps that keep people hooked in a dangerous and unhealthy way. It's isolating people. It doesn't just isolate the individual users of social media. It isolates their friends and peers too. It isolates everyone else from them in a weird roundabout way. And that's not to say I'm a perfect little saint or anything. No, I doom scroll. You know, I have Instagram, but that's all I have because at the end of the day, I don't feel good when I'm scrolling aimlessly on social media. I don't know how it feels good for people. It's not for me to say, but it's it's hard, man. Like I just because I can put the phone down doesn't mean others can. And I truly wonder why. I wonder what it is that people are seeing all the time, constantly on social media, that keeps them wanting to see more. I personally get a lot of political and very unsavory updates about the world on my feed. So maybe that's why it's very easy to turn the phone off and try to go do something else. But even when I try to do something else, I don't know, I'll try to plan something with friends that I have, and it'll just end up being completely overshadowed by whatever is on their phone. You can't really hang out with people in person anymore because not of third space is disappearing, but because everyone is more interested in what's happening on their phone than the people that they're literally physically with. Again, that's not to say everyone is doing this, but man, if it isn't a majority of people who I've interacted with in the past 2.5 years, I feel like the convenience reinforced in society has seeped into people's relationships. And when they don't get that quick, cheap, easy convenience in a conversation that they wanted, then that's like they're not going to hold that conversation with you. It's a very difficult thing to talk about without getting into specifics, but I'm going to try to keep this as vague as possible while also giving my honest thoughts about this because I'm frustrated, you know? I want to have conversations with people. I want to go and engage in intelligent thought with others who think similarly to me. And I can't because they're, again, far more interested in scrolling on their phones than engaging in a conversation with people. Anthony Padilla is a YouTuber who interviews other online creators, I suppose we can say. And I remember very clearly the episode where he interviewed Vsauce, probably my favorite YouTuber of all time. And in this interview, Michael Vsauce discusses attention span and how it isn't necessarily an awful thing. Because his example he gave is people would talk to each other, but be looking at the birds or something at the same time, which, okay, fair enough, but I don't get that kind of conversation with people. I don't get any conversation with people when it's to the point where all of their attention span is sucked into the phone. Not just part of it, all of it. It's not a bilateral stimulation going on or whatever. It's full brain stimulation locked into the social media app. And that's really the main difference between something like watching the birds while talking with someone versus trying to talk to someone who's deep into doom scrolling on their phone. Times are different, man, and what are you gonna do, you know? You can try your best to accept it for what it is, or you can make a YouTube video complaining about it. Anyway, the build of Stormer XL is done. I hope you guys kind of enjoyed what I had to say. And if you feel like sticking around, I'll be making some more videos pretty soon. So anyway, thanks for watching.